We're just two guys with one mission, and we've chosen to accept it for some reason. It's time to tell them what we mean, what we say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anthropophagus.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Anthropophagus.
Anthropophagus.
Alright.
Anthropophagus.
Alright.
Anthropophagus.
Anthropophagus.
Either way, aka the Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper.
Either way, it's a white whale.
Yeah, finally
Finally found a copy that was in English.
almost all of it.
So we could understand it, and it was uncut.
Yes.
Years ago, I watched a heavily edited version, which I bought on a DVD from a second-hand shop.
Which I may have seen.
Which you may have seen, but either way, that's the first time I've seen the uncut version. And
it was marvellous.
You liked that, did you?
I did like that.
Okay.
I mean, it's very slow. Not an awful lot happens, but there's a creeping air of tension to it, I figure.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, it kept you engaged.
Again, it wasn't like the last one, where it was just boring and you don't know what's happening and you don't care what's happening.
This is very straightforward.
Yeah, and the characters were likeable.
To a lot. I mean, I didn't really know the characters. I felt they were just like...
no, I mean, they're all pretty one-note-ish.
They were cannibal fodder. I don't know if that's a phrase.
A little bit, but even just them chatting about, like, where they met and, you know, the bits on the boat.
Should we go through this? We just explain what happens in this movie?
Go on.
Okay, so it opens up and there's a German couple on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl goes out to swim in the ocean, and she sees an empty boat. And as soon as she gets close to the empty boat, something grabs her from underneath.
Yes.
Then something comes out of the water.
Dripping blood,
and then he gets a meat cleaver in the face.
Yes, the guy on the beach gets a meat cleaver in the face.
And you're going...
Which is pretty sweet.
And you're going, all right, I'm
that's
on board.
That's a great way to start.
Then we meet our cannibal fodder in a cable car, and they're all going to this Greek island.
Yep.
One of the girls is an au pair.
Yeah.
I guess she's like looking after
this. Like nanny type thing.
She's looking after this girl on her off days when she's not working in a TV station.
Something like that.
Anyway.
But yeah, she's on her way there 3 days late because for some reason she missed the original boat.
Something like that. So they catch a boat to this island, and one of the ladies who is pregnant gets her tarot read by Carol, and she doesn't want to interpret the cards because she is too foreboding.
Yes. So she claims she can't read them.
Yeah.
She's never seen this before and she doesn't know how to read them properly.
But she can.
She can. And she says that if you can't read them, it means there's no future.
Yeah, there's no future. So they get to the island, and there's no one around. But then they see someone in a window, and they go investigate the house, and then there's bodies everywhere.
Yes.
I couldn't work out if those were...
They kind of look like mummified corpses.
Yeah, they look like mummified corpses. I don't know why they were there. Did we find out who that woman was?
Yeah, that was his wife.
The one he stabbed?
That's George's wife.
Actually,
yeah, right. Huh. Yeah, right. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe she's just the last of the villagers that
she must be the last.
Killed.
Oh no, she was keeping the diary. I don't know why George Eastman kept her alive. Just so there's got to be someone to tell my tale because I'm so consumed with.
Well, maybe she just hid.
She could. But she didn't seem to hide. She just seemed to like walk around.
Well, she was like dressed in black in dark windows and just kind of looking out ominously. Maybe she just learned over the years, like a Ellen Ripley type, to when to evade and.
But you'd think if
he knew she was there, he'd be after her.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's definitely never explained before she very abruptly dies.
Yes, but we'll get to that, I guess. So the pregnant lady is on the boat, and then she has an assistant, a Greek assistant, who's giving her cold water for her feet because I guess they're swelling up or something.
Yeah, and she stays alone on the boat because
she's too pregnant.
Well, no, and also as she was walking off the boat, she twisted her ankle.
That's why she had cold water. Okay.
That's why she was resting her feet.
But then he gets dragged off by something under the water.
Yes.
And then she pulls up the bucket, and his face is in the bucket.
His face is in it when she's stepping on it.
Yeah.
stepping on his.
And then the
severed
boat
head.
kind of just floats off, and the gang,
Yeah.
they start freaking out. They're going, because there's no phones or anything, so they just have to wait.
Yeah.
And they go, there must be a reason, and she's all right. She's with Spiros or whatever his name was.
Wow.
I don't want to. Spiros is a good name. I've met Spiros.
Okay.
Suspiros. Suspirios, yeah.
It's the Greek version of the
Of
classic movie.
of the classic the classic Wes Anderson. Classic.
your favourite director.
My favourite director, Wes Andersoni. His non-union equivalent.
Yeah. So Fodder.
No, they think she's gone, but actually she's being dragged somewhere by something.
Yeah, they think she's still on the boat, and that Spiros, as we're calling him now, has driven the boat off because there's a storm coming.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, well, it's alright, she'll be back tomorrow once the storm's passed. That'll be fine. But what they don't know is that she's
been dragged off
to who knows where at this point.
So the storm comes, and they're all in this house, and the tarot lady is like going, we should have never have come here. We never have come here.
Yeah, she's a fucking Debbie Downer.
Yeah, she is a bit of a Debbie Downer. And then they all go to bed, and then Tisa Farrow's just basically just wandering around the house.
Yep.
With a candle, going, what's going on here? And then she meets up with this guy, the guy with the 60s hair.
With the wicked hair here. I don't know
And
his
he's
name.
walking around with a meat cleaver.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Some reason.
And then they go into the basement and they see a piano, and there's a little kitten on the piano.
Yes.
And there's like a jump scare from the kitten, and they go, it's just a cat. It's just constant cats. But then this girl jumps out of a barrel and nicks the guy with a knife, with a stabby knife.
Completely randomly jumps out of a barrel.
And then it turns out that that's the girl who Tisa Farrow was supposed to babysit.
Yes.
So they take her upstairs, and she's like a bit shocked. I guess everyone's been killed, and she's been hiding out.
Yeah.
She's done a much better job of hiding out than the random woman from earlier. That's my point of like...
Okay, well, I mean, she's hiding in a barrel under some liquid.
Yeah.
How long she's been in the liquid?
Probably, I don't know.
There's only a certain length of time you can stay submerged.
It turns out she might have a snorkel that she took off before she...
We never see it.
We never saw the snorkel.
No. Turns out she's blind?
And she's a blind lady, which I don't think
was mentioned at all.
I don't think it came up. So the boys decide to go out and look around, and then the guy with the 60s hair decides to tell Tisa Farrow that even though he's going out with Carol, the tarot lady, he wants to hook up with Tisa Farrow.
Yes.
And Tisa Farrow's like, absolutely no way.
Yeah.
But then Carol, the tarot lady, comes in and sees them together.
And it's like, you bastard slash bitch.
She runs away. Tisa chases after her.
Yeah.
And then Carol, the tarot lady, locks Tisa Farrow in the graveyard.
Yes.
The graveyard never comes up again.
No.
It's just a set piece.
Didn't even realise it was a graveyard until somebody said, she locked me in the graveyard.
Yes. And then 60s hair is in the house just smoking cigarettes.
Yep, hanging out in the same room with the blind girl, who's catatonic at this point.
And this is where we have the beautiful reveal of George.
Oh my God, that was so
George
good.
Eastman, and we're like,
So good.
fuck yeah, George Eastman.
Hiding behind a door, doing his scary eye looking over his
Yeah.
thing. God damn, that was good.
And then George Eastman eats 60s hair's
Neck.
and then
Which is glorious.
and then he dead.
Fucking glorious.
And then he dead.
Glorious moment. Then what happens?
They go back to the mansion, and George Eastman is gone.
Yeah.
And they see the body, and they decide, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go to a safer place. We gotta find someone.
A better place.
At least that's what I assume. That's the thing. And then they come along this huge mansion.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that Tisa Farrow's never seen before, she knows who it was.
yeah. So this must be the old Eastman place.
The old Eastman place.
Even though I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
An actual quote from the film.
And then when they get into the mansion, it turns out Carol has been there the whole time. And then the mysterious woman hangs herself.
Which one's
Carol, the tarot
okay,
lady.
okay.
That's how I remembered. Carol, tarot. They seem to go
Farrell.
together.
Okay.
Tarot, Marrow.
And then as they walk in, the lady who don't know who
the
she
mystery
is,
lady hangs herself.
just jumps off the stairs and hangs herself.
But it seems like a safe place. So the remaining boys decide to go to the boat.
Yeah, they're going to try and on one of their little recce trips outside, they see the boat coming.
They see the boat
back in.
So they decide to go get it.
By going uphill.
And while they're out, Tisa Farrow finds a diary which explains the story, and then we get a flashback.
Yeah, there's the family photo first.
Yeah, the family photo, the diary of like the missing of what's been going on and how Mystery Woman's been hiding the bodies.
Yeah.
No, we don't get the flashback yet.
No. Flashbacks much later.
One of the boys decide to split up.
Yeah.
One decides to go down the hill. The other one decides to go in the other direction to try and get to the same location.
Yeah. Up the hill, ends up in some catacombs.
Catacombs with loads of corpses.
Loads of corpses.
He finds pregnant lady.
Pregnant lady's still alive, and it's just being kept on ice, kind of.
And then we get the flashback. No, we get the flashback.
Oh yes, we do.
We get the flashback, which explains George Eastman was like trapped on a boat.
Yeah, on a dinghy.
On a dinghy with his kid and
his kid and his wife.
And
the kid looks like the kid's about to die. They're completely sunstroked.
Yeah, they've been on there for a while.
Lost in the middle of the ocean. The kid looks like he's either dead or literally about to die.
George Eastman wants to eat the kid.
Eastman gets his pocket knife out, wants to eat the kid. As he approaches to go for the kid, the wife stands up and is just like, no, you can't do that, you can't do that. And seemingly to me, accidentally, he stabs the wife in the stomach. And she starts screaming, eat me! Which was pretty sweet. And George Eastman does a
but that's how he got a taste for flesh.
That's how he got a taste for the flesh.
Yeah.
And went mad.
Mad. So he's got mad. He's mad.
Yeah.
And he really wants.
And he's thinking about mums and kids.
Human meat.
Yeah.
So then he stabs the guy.
Yeah.
And then he strangles the pregnant woman.
Strangles Prego, and whilst strangling her,
tears out the unborn fetus.
Yeah, one hand stays on the throat, the other hand works its way down, and you're thinking to yourself, no, they're not gonna. She then dies. In her death throes, he pulls his other hand out, which has the world's largest fetus in it.
The fetus. And then he takes a big
he starts eating.
Yeah, and then he's like, I've been looking forward to this baby meat.
Yum, yum,
so
yum,
long.
yum, yum, yum.
So long.
Yum, yum. Which, that was a pretty fucking dark turn, to be fair.
Then Tisa Farrow is reading the diary, and she works out that everything's been hidden behind this hidden door, which is behind a mirror.
Yeah.
Mirrors seem to be
his room had been kind of boarded up and everything, and he'd been allegedly kept in there. So she's like, I wonder where there's a door.
And then when she gets in there, she's reading away. Carol, the tarot lady, is looking for her.
Yeah.
And then when they meet, it turns out Carol's had a throat slit.
Yeah.
Because George Eastman is in the mansion.
Yes.
And so Tisa runs upstairs, grabs the blind girl, and they head up into the roof, and they barricade themselves in the attic.
Yeah.
And they think, they're safe. But no, they're not safe.
Yeah, because he's banging on the trap door. Let me in.
And then he wanders off.
And you think,
thank God.
A brief respite. But no. No.
He comes in through the roof.
From the fucking roof.
Like a ninja.
Like a giant Italian ninja.
Is he Italian?
We've only seen him in 2 Italian films, so I'm making that assumption.
I assume he must be Italian.
Yeah, you would think.
We'll have to look that up. But then Tisa Farrow finds a pickaxe and she puts it through his leg.
Yeah.
And then he falls off the roof. And
he falls off the roof.
Oh, thank God.
Brilliant.
George Eastman is dead.
Yeah, he must be. He fell off a roof.
But unfortunately, during the struggle, the blind girl has been bitten in the neck and she's dead.
Well, she gets dragged through the...
She gets dragged through the roof.
She gets dragged through the roof, which takes half of her face off.
Yeah, it does.
And then she gets bitten in the neck.
Yeah.
And she did.
And then she's dead.
She did.
So Tisa Farrow decides to run downstairs.
Yep.
But when she gets... she takes a break on a wall, but then something grabs her and she falls into this well.
Yep.
And then she gets trapped. She has a rope around her wrist.
Yep, she's hanging there.
And it turns out George Eastman's still alive.
Yeah.
He's in the well.
He's in the well.
And he's climbing up the ladder because there's a ladder in the well.
Obviously. Isn't there always?
And then she manages to get out. And then next thing you know, the guy who went down the hill has come back. He's got the pickaxe. He pickaxes George Eastman in the belly.
Yeah.
George Eastman pulls out his own guts.
Yeah.
Munches on them. Falls over. Credits.
The end. Literally. No fade to black. No music. The end.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It was really something.
It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. It starts slow, it ramps up, it consistently ramps up, which I think is really good. There's a lot of tension to it. The music is hilarious.
I guess that for me, there was definitely... I'm constantly amazed at how these cheapo films, the fact that they were shot on actual film,
yes,
kind of elevates it.
Yeah, definitely.
Somehow.
Definitely.
Like, it looks way better than if someone had just like got like a digital camera and remade the same.
Oh
film.
yeah, you
Like,
you do a shot for shot on that on DVD, and it looks fucking terrible.
I don't know whether it would look terrible, but it's just something about it. I find it strange that these things get elevated because of the medium. Because let's not beat around the bush. This film is crap.
Crap's going a bit far.
It is crap,
I don't think it's crap.
but it's.
I enjoyed it.
Okay, let's say it's cheap.
Yes.
It's really cheap.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like, there's that scene at the beginning when this kid just walks around with the camera.
That's amazing.
And then...
That is fucking amazing.
And,
Like, should we do a second take?
Yeah.
Nah,
Fuck it. Film's expensive.
Fuck it.
Overall, I found it pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Though I was really surprised. I was kind of expecting it to be considerably more violent than this.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, there are long tranches of time where nothing happens.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of chasey, followy. Ooh, what's wrong
Or
with
just
this
like
guy?
walking
Kind of
around,
thing.
oh, got a candle.
Yeah, considering, how they elevate to part 2, nothing to do with this one. Like, the amount of gore in that was, you get fucking head slicing and stuff like that. There isn't nearly as much gore in there.
Yeah, aside from the set piece of the fetus eating.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking grim. And him eating his own guts at the end is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Because it looks like real meat that he's fucking taken into there.
Yeah, I was just, I guess I was a bit surprised. Or maybe I'm like massively desensitized and...
Well, yeah, I think
don't-
we both thought to that. I mean,
but all in all...
That's like watching later era... That's like watching Jason X and going like, yeah, still not enough gore. It's just like, fucking tons of gore in there.
What? I like Jason X.
You're an idiot. Jason X is fucking terrible.
Yeah, but that's why I like it.
Alright. It's got the best kill of all every Friday the 13th. Face smash.
The
Frozen face.
yeah, the frozen face smash.
It's fucking amazing.
Fantastic.
It's fucking
There's loads of
amazing.
fun stuff in Jason X. Jason X is a really great movie.
Oh, it's not. It's awful. But no. Crap now, cheap, yes. Definitely.
I don't know, because I know Joe D'Amato's other movies, and I have some idea of how he operates. I kind of feel like maybe there's not as much care given to it. Like, I think when you're watching a Lucio Fulci movie, I feel like he cares a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas I think Joe D'Amato kind of doesn't care.
No. I mean, Fulci, especially with things like the special effects and the cinematography and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like he puts it. There's a little bit more care into it.
Yeah.
So that's why I would go with crap. But also it's like Joe D'Amato made one of my favorite movies of all time. So.
Which is
called Beyond the Darkness.
Okay.
Which I don't know if is on the list. I guess we would have got to it in the B's.
Yeah, I suppose.
If it was.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I'm always, well, not always, but I'm buoyed up by the fact that George Eastman's going to be in it. Even from the start of this film, I was just like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Because he's ace.
Yeah, it's
and
like
he's
when
just
you know
scary as shit. Like this fucking ginormous dude who's just scary as fuck.
Yeah, it's like when you know Jeff Goldblum's going to be in something, and you're like, I can't wait for Jeff.
Yeah, Kurt Russell's been in a load of shit films,
yeah.
but it's just like, but at least Kurt Russell's going to be fucking great in this.
Yeah. All right, so you want to give it? You want to score it?
Yeah, cool.
All right. So what would you give it for story?
I got 3 because it was there was a story to it. Bunch of friends going on a nice trip somewhere. They meet a nice woman who's
Going the same way.
going to do a job.
Yeah.
They join up, and then they have to piece together the mystery of why nobody's around. They never get to piece together who the mystery woman in the window is because she tops us off pretty suddenly. But yeah, I got 3. It's not super complicated, but it's not super fucking confusing.
But you like
either.
the story, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a nice story. Bunch of people go to a place, get killed, feet eaten.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark it down. I'm gonna give it 2, just because I feel like there was barely a story, and the only thing I was kind of interested in was watching people get got.
Okay.
Like, I didn't really care about anyone.
Okay. So you're just treating it like a slasher.
Well, it was a slasher.
Yeah, kind of. But then there was, why is he like this? Why, the flashbacks and stuff like that made it a bit more interesting for me.
Yeah, well,
they didn't need that flashback at all. But the fact that they put it in there, it's just like, oh, okay. A little bit of an explanation why he is like he is.
Yeah, that's why I gave it points at all.
Michael Myers, you never know why he is like he is. Jason, you don't really know why he is like he is, other than you watch his mum get killed.
But it opens.
Did he or did he not?
But it opens. Halloween opens with a flashback.
Yeah, but you never get told why he did what he did.
Because he's
Why
Michael
he is
Myers
like
and
he
he
is.
loves murder.
Yeah, brilliant. But that's why all the Halloween sequels fail, as far as I understand it, is because they try and explain all this bullshit.
You haven't
lore
seen
and
them.
and stuff.
You
Yeah,
need
but
to
I've seen enough stuff about them. There's all runes and Paul Rudd.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Paul Rudd.
Fuck that shit, I don't need to see that.
What would you give it for gore?
2. I mean, the gore is good.
not enough of it.
Yeah.
I would say.
I'm going to go the same as you.
Because the fetus wasn't just like, oh, that looks stupid. It was just like, oh,
It was like,
that actually genuinely makes me feel a bit wrong.
Yeah.
And the guts at the end, like I say, look like
it
like
made me feel a bit
meaty,
wrong.
gutty type stuff. So
For overall creativity, what would you give this?
not a lot, I guess, because the story is so simple, because it is essentially kind of slasher premise. You don't need to be that creative with it. It's a little bit more creative because they do throw in the backstory and some explanation as why he is like he is. But like I say, it's not super complicated, so...
I quite like the exoticness. Like, I feel like it's the same... I really like Island of Death, but I like Island of Death because it's set on a Greek island. That's pretty much why I like
Brilliant. It's not on the Isle of Man.
No, it's the Isle of Man.
So I guess I would go... I don't know, 2 or 3. 2.
Alright, I'm going to give it a 3. Sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So I guess it's... Well, apart
Because if you go chronologically...
I'm going to mark it down to 4 because of the mystery woman.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Because there is no explanation of
There's
that
no
whatsoever.
explanation.
It's just creepy lady in the window, and then creepy lady hangs herself.
Yeah, like what's she doing?
What's the deal with it? What's the deal?
But aside from that one thing, everything else made perfect sense.
Yeah, let's go for them.
Oh, you going to have 4 from you too?
Yeah, I'll go for a 4.
Music.
I think it's silly and stupid.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
It was fun, but it's silly and stupid.
Yeah,
and
it was
kind of out of place in this.
It was like weirdly jazzy.
Yeah,
like,
if it had been more kind of stringy, pad sound kind of...
I don't know actually. Like the thing I kind of made it work is that we were making jokes about how it's like someone trying to switch the synthesizer off. Like they didn't know how the sound was how it was happening, and they were like just and I am pressing the off button. It is unplugged.
All I did was press demo.
But I liked all the church organ stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
yeah.
like I wonder how they recorded that stuff. Did they have a studio with a church organ built in? I guess in Italy that might have been a bit more common.
Might have been easy.
I don't think I've ever seen a recording studio with a church organ built in.
No, they probably just go to a church and record it.
That sounds...
Or like tape loops of it.
No, it wouldn't be like that.
You don't think?
No, that's already too much work. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just wondering, like, at some point, did recording studios have... Like, it doesn't have to be very big. It doesn't have to be a big pipe organ. I'd like to think that they had, like, a little studio, and they basically bought... Like, the studio was functioning, they had a bunch of new synthesizers, and they had a pipe organ, and it just went crazy.
Well, which one are we going to use? Why wouldn't we
We
use
are
both?
artists. We will use everything.
Why wouldn't we use both?
Like, I liked quite a lot of the polysynth sounds, but overall it was kind of like, yeah, it really felt like they, with all those arpeggios, like they just didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But I liked the way it sounded, so I'm going to give it a 3.
I'm going to go 2 because it's just a bit too silly. It took me out of it a little bit too much.
Okay, plus 5 points for George Eastman.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, let me add it up. A final score of 32 out of 50.
Okay.
Which is pretty respectable.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Steve, finally.
I'll go with that.
Finally, would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would. For one of those kind of Sunday afternoon, I want to watch a horror movie, nothing too taxing.
Like, if you got a bunch of friends round and you're just going to drink and laugh at it,
Yeah.
then it's perfect.
Yeah, that's
like,
great
it's
for
really
that,
great.
Because
Like,
you can chat over most of it because actually most of the dialogue...
is inconsequential.
Yeah, essentially. But then if you are paying attention to it, there are little character traits and stories in there that make you do give a shit about the characters a little bit more. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I think I would do the same. Do the same. Yes.
Brilliant.
All right. Okay.